This technique of the week, we're gonna build on last week, which is an arm triangle. But we're gonna do the setup, which is a different way. It's one that I catch a lot, and we're gonna do 2 variations of a finish. So we're gonna try to get into this real quick. So if I have Chris's back, and I'm using the seat belt, right? And since I usually choke with my right hand, I pull the guy to my right side because I don't want to pull him to the left side and then that he's exiting where he should be exiting. So I have the seatbelt grip and I pull him to this side, right? Now, sometimes a guy starts to escape, he'll escape your hook like this, and he's laying on my leg. Well, it's hard for me to go back to mount because he's trapping my arms and whatever. So I can take this hook and I put it behind his leg, like this. So I take this hook and I put it behind his leg. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kick him away as much as I can. And at the same time, I'm gonna start to go to my knees. So I kick him away and then I come back to my knees and I start sucking him back, like this, right? Now, because my chest is blocking him, it's really hard for him to start to, he can't turn into me as easy, right? Because I start to block him with my chest. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my hands here. I'm gonna switch my hands from here to here. And I'm gonna drive and try to put my forearm on the ground underneath his neck. So I gotta give him a little bit of space. So here, like that. So here, and like that. One more time, here, switch my grip. I gotta loosen up, and as I come through here, and I pull it tight. Now the most important thing when you're hitting this move is you gotta try to put your forearm on the ground with no space underneath there, so it's flat on the ground, underneath his neck. Mike Pyle, the guy that I've been helping in the UFC, he's got amazing jiu-jitsu, and he taught me this finish because I always used to lock my hands to finish the arm triangle, and I didn't really ever like the gable grip. I've seen people do it, but he had a different take on it, so here it is. So once I have the gable grip, like this, then I can just sprawl my body out. I can also circle his head, but the little variation is I put my chin in his eye socket, like that, and that will finish the choke. So you just make sure to keep my head tight next to his arm so he can't get his arm out or he can't talk on the phone here. So I just keep my head tight, I start to circle, and then to finish, there, okay? So that's the first one. Now, if for some reason, in this transition, like let's say I was here, right, and I switch, and I'm going like this, but I wasn't able to get my elbow on the ground because maybe he was a little bit too strong here and I couldn't get this on the ground, then I let him roll away. So what's gonna happen is I either let him roll away or I push him with my chest like this. So I let him roll away, then I'm gonna come to, in jiu-jitsu and in wrestling, we call this saddle position. So I switch my legs into the saddle like this. Okay, so I was on my knees and I switched to the saddle. Now from here, I want to make sure that my blade with this gable grip is on his blood right here. And basically my blade goes in line with his jawbone. Okay, so if you're too deep, it's more of a neck crank. I have to be right here. Now, all my pressure comes at chest height. So I can't be too low like this and be squeezing to have the power. I have to be at chest height. Now I just pull. I call it a short choke because it's kind of like a half of an arm triangle. So I was in this position, right? First I was here. Now if he starts to roll away from me, look, I just switch my gable grip and come right in. Now I start to pull. Okay, so we'll go back to the beginning real quick. So I'm right here, he starts to escape away, right? I can throw him and come to my knees. Now if he starts to try to really go and make a move, I switch like so. And I finish the choke. Once again, right over my chest is where I want that strength. Like that. And that's 2 variations on the arm triangle that we did last week. Thanks for watching the technique of the week.